No time to plot from Stand of the Lore. Welcome to the Worldbuilding the Virtual Isles podcast. So this one is going to be interesting. So I don't have the title because I want to be a surprise for everybody. Because I was recently watching a few things and I got inspired to do something. I have a couple of notes over here on my other monitor. So I'll type up now what I'm planning to do. Being and a Uma Musume D&D. So this is going to be interesting because I first have to create a Uma Musume race, and then just like I need to come up with Uma racing. So that's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna cover both basically. Because I'm going to be writing down about what they are. So, much like the Amazons, Musumes are female. They're always female, for reference. But, yes. There, there's going to be an interesting with it. So, they can be bred with anything. So I have a note over here that it's like, I you can use like a Uma Musume can come out with two horse girls, a guy and a horse girl, or a girl and a horse girl. Uh, Basically think of it as like the original style of orcs, considering the fact that like whenever they had a like whenever there's a relationship with an orc in D&D, the offspring will always be a orc of some kind, whether that be a half orc or a full orc. It doesn't matter. It's going to be at least partially orc. Tieflings as well. If you have a offspring of a tiefling, and it's going to be a tiefling, and like just straight up, like that's kind of the look that I'm going for with this. Is now the normal look is basically just like as you would suspect. So like a normal look, a normal human look with ears, tails, and hair accessories. So, what is actually the major benefits of doing this? Well, you kind of don't get a lot of benefits, really. Uh, so obviously with the ability scores, that is actually like a little bit more questionable, I guess. Uh, um, did did that just come up? I guess like random variance is fine because I need to go and consider about what it's there. Okay, so there's Dex, Strength, Con, Int, Wiz, and Charisma. Um, I don't know actually. I don't know what any memories may be with that. I'll come back to that. Because the major benefit, like the main reason to use a Uma Musume, like the actual main reason to use it, the speed. So, what is the speed value? Well, um, I have done a lot more calculations with that than what you might expect, but I am going to go with the fact that a car is 40 or so kilometers per hour, so about 25 miles per hour for US people. So how does that translate to D&D? So for speed, that means it would be a 105 no, 110 rounded. Because, like, I went and translated it to about, like, feet per second or so. Like, I typically do, like, feet, basically, like, honestly, meters could be the same thing. Does that actually change the calculation? Okay, so, for reference, I will say that it's probably better to do it as, like, translated to about, feet, basically. Because, like, kilometers is fine, don't get me wrong. Because it translates to about fine, and translates to about like 36 or so per second. Which the main reason why I put it at like 110 is because like I can consider as like you're moving the speed in about 3 seconds, effectively. So if you're wanting to go and be running as like fast as a car, basically, like it's probably gonna be going up through that speed, basically. So like for the most part, a rogue is not like a rogue is not going to necessarily like speed past a car, basically. So yeah, because like she was decently faster than the car as well. So like I well basically like if you're going by like the Umazing logic, to where like speed well Special Week was able to like run past a car, yeah, that's about the speed that you would need. And I just say that. Sorry about that. So basically, like the major thing that is balancing this is like, well, yes, you are very, very fast. You don't get a lot of other things, basically, because like you don't really get anything that's not normal, basically. Like, I you don't get claws, you don't get hooves, you don't get dark vision, you don't get like a resistance or immunity. So like you're literally just fast, basically. Like if you're picking the Umazing race, it's literally like either A, you're just really, really wanting that speed for whatever freaking reason. I don't know, but you're wanting it for that reason. Or B, you are doing it simply and solely because you just want to be a horse girl, basically. Like, yeah, those are basically the main two reasons why, like, I can see somebody using this. So I guess now I'm back to the Umazing thing, because like that's the thing, right? Like some were charismatic, some were good with like willpower, basically, which is like con. Some are good. Some are good on their feet, which is like dex. Some are just as good with raw power, or basically, which would be strength. Um, I don't know. I may actually have to go to like Sasha's this type thing, because like for Sasha's, right, that one is you can choose 3 to level up at one, basically, or you can choose 1 to level to 2 and a different one to level to 1 or level up at 1. Like that's a another possibility, because like maybe they have a little bit more. Well, yeah, like maybe you're playing one that's more designed to have like a lot more experience and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. So like, uh, how is it listed? I think I think Plasmoid has for reference, Plasmoid is like a slime one. Will you load? I don't think so. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I was right. They want like load and stuff. So for those that can't see it, how the book lists it, at least from like Halsey, so like the monkey race, it is when determining your character's ability scores, increase one score by 2 and a different score by 1, or increase 3 different scores by 1. Follow this rule regardless of the method you use to determine the scores, such as rolling or point buy. Like that's basically what it is, effectively. Like, that's what I was looking for. It was not going to be found on the Plasma. I would have to go from like Wretched's new character, basically. So yeah, that's a thing. I definitely will say that I figured that the Umazing thing would probably take a little bit longer, so I could have a little bit more time to like think of how the racing would go. Because like if you go by like the Uma game, right? Because like I have Uma Musume on my phone, so I can just like get it up real quickly. Like luckily I don't have it there, but like they have 5 stats. In D&D we have 3. Phone, why did you crash with Uma Musume? I don't want my computer crashing those things. I don't know why my phone is. Oh, hold on. I have to go and get the update. Okay, so I'm just gonna do from memory and just out one of my players as well. So basically, like in Uma Musume, right? Like all these stats matter to various degrees or not. In D&D, like you can get away with not having like strength, intelligence, like strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and wisdom, and charisma. This is where the hard part comes in, basically, because it's kind of like one of those things about like how do you convert these stats from like the Uma Musume game into D&D and have them each like, matter, right? I do know that like if I really really wanted to, I could go and technically make a slightly different system of D&D that actually like encompasses this. But I'm not going to be trying to do that for the reference with this. Like one of the main goals that I was trying to do with this is come up with a race to where like if you wanted to play a horse girl, right? That yes, you could do it. And for the most part, like I feel that a lot of DMs would accept this. Because like quite literally you're just basically like hey, can I just go like super speed basically like around the map? Like that's literally my whole benefit. Like other than super speed, I have like nothing, and it's just class features. It's like I literally would look over at somebody. It's like, okay, why? Like, what's the benefit? Like, what are you going on that you need so much speed for? It's like horse girl. I want to just play a horse girl. It's like, okay, like fair, I guess. Like I don't know how I would be responding, but like I probably would be responding something like that. Because like I said, like you don't really get like there's so many other races, right? They're like, well, yes, you don't go as fast. You have like other things that can cause problems or benefits. Like there's dark vision with several other things. There's like flying with like Aerococros and stuff. Some also give you like immunities or like at the very least resistances. So like yeah, it's kind of just like So what's the game plan basically? Like it is what it is. I I'm drawing a blank here because it's like I obviously like you're like the only one that does is like strictly I go over is the speed thing because like that definitely like transfers over uh and considering the fact that they are like fast, I'm going to do that. Part of why I do say that's fine to go and place it at like 110 is the fact that like Mara Zensky, right? Like she has a red card named I believe Tata, basically, and she can like send an Umazing flying, and in theory, like since she has that, it's either A, she just really loves cars and really loves driving around in a red car, or B, she's not faster than it. Like those are the main two ways that I can understand it. So yeah, that's part of why I did the limit to like 110 or so. So there's the exhaust shit thing. Um, well, I guess in theory, like if you're going to be going through like a 110 basically, like 100 using your speed as 110, and then it's like, well, yeah, like actually, I guess that it is like also a question about like, are we considering that like the run speed? Uh, like is that the run speed? Because like run speed is double. So actually, yeah, that would be a consideration. Because like she was kind of jogging when she did the speed, or the speed that I was noting. So like that might not be like fully running, but also like not fully walking, and like I it's kind of like an in between. So do I want to have it? Um, maybe it's better to have it, but like even still, like that would be like 55 speed, and that's literally all you get. So like basically, uh, I mean, technically that does mean that you can run from a Trask and like other like insanely fast things. So yeah, in terms of like a escape type thing, nothing's catching you. Um. So 110 is basically what you have to do to beat a car. Um. I'm gonna run more calculations. I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, so I actually just now thought of a plot hole with this. So I'm not sure if I can do 110 speed. Because, like, here's the thing, right? Like, the, people, while they normally are doing things, eggs, or at least while the horse girls are normally doing things, like, they can keep up at, like, a, normal human, speed, basically. Like, they're not necessarily always going at the, 110 speed. fact, I think that the 110 speed is kind of like a one-off speed. And so yeah, I might need to go and write an ability to up the speed to like 110. Here's the issue though. How do I get it up to 110, right? Like, so yeah, basically what this is telling me, I'm really needing to get around to factor and reset my computer. Maybe up it to 115. So if I so I do kind of want to be like about. No, actually, it does need to be a little bit faster. Does actually 113 divide evenly? No, not really. That's a problem. I think the next one that really divides evenly, at least by 3, is like 120. Problem is, I don't really want to go for 120, basically. Because like, in terms of like meters, right? Like this thing is definitely like it's definitely not good to use meters for this. For reference about how much in meters it is for the same thing, it's about 100. It's about 11. So, yeah, like you're telling me that like most D&D creatures will move in, will move like a freaking 30 more? Like, no. Like they're not gonna be moving faster than the horse girl. So there's that. I do kind of want it to be an even number though. Unless I do by. Nah, I can't really do by 5. Because like even at 115, it's like that's 23. That great. This horse girl thing is going to be the absolute death of me, I swear. Oh dear lord. What is another number that might be evenly divisible? Like 110 would be like 55. That wasn't necessarily a run though. Like, I get it as like a light run, basically. But like when you take the dash action, right? Like what I assume with the horse girl thing, at least if we're actually going by D&D terms, is that they spend their action to move, basically, or they move with their normal. They use their normal movement. Then they use their action to, dash again, basically, to go and get the increased speed. At least if they're doing like the other stuff. Like if they're going full out, then like okay, they may have a little bit extra like speed, and like it'll kind of like trail off later on in the race. As for like I yeah, as for like what am I trying to say? Yes, I am losing my own train of thought with this because like yeah, like it's just kind of like like it's a weird thing to kind of like consider for this, because like there's not. Actually, I'm gonna look up like is their speed known? Okay, so I think I figured out a better way. So I did look it up, and actually, it's more specifically about 60 kilometers per hour. So if I divide the, oh, nope, still not a round number. So we lose about 15 speed. Am I fine with that? Because like this is D&D terms, right? So like it doesn't have to be like exactly 1-for-1. But like I would like it to be there. Yeah. So I'm going to do this. So what do I want to call this trait? Because if I'm doing the speed as 30, like I'm gonna up the speed, or I'm gonna up the I'm gonna give them a trait basically, and the trait like multiplies their speed by like 5 for like a certain point. Oh, hold on. I'm curious about what got added. Okay, I think I got a I think I got something. So typically with Umas, it does like a play on the word. So I'm gonna do Uma-tastic. Uma. No, yeah, I would want it. I would want it like Umatastic. I mean, basically. Do I want it as an action or a bonus action? So I would go yeah, I'm gonna say that like they can kind of like control their pace basically, so like they can run like they are a horse girl, right? So like they can run at like full speed, they can run at like a little bit faster than that. So like using the dash action, you can move with 4 times your speed. Yeah, for that action. So basically the intent of it is as if you go like I'm trying to go and get it to where like it is that you can move at about 150 or so. The main reason for using it at 150 is that you can do it like how many times do I want to do it? So they typically have a long rest, right? They typically only have one run race a day. I'll say you can only use this feature. Do I want to say proficiency bonus? Because like in theory, right? Like they have they usually have like minutes long races. So like since this is a single turn, and let me go and do that. So yeah, basically it would be about like 20 rounds of combat. So it should be something that like might be able to last like 20, um yeah, like it would have to be something that can last like about a 20 lap race or 20 round race. Is like a sprint, right? Like that one could go and last. Actually, I think the sprints last about like a minute. The other ones can last like uh several minutes. So yeah. Um. 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 um how do I want to work that? Because like obviously, like as a DM, like I don't want it to be like unlimited, right? Like I do say that like having a speed as 30 makes sense upon looking at it. Because like they do walk at the like 30 is kind of like the regular speed or the base speed is kind of like their walking speed, right? Like that's kind of like how fast they move normally. However, as noted, they should be able to move at about they should be able to run slash jog at 60 kilometers per hour, which will coincide with about like 55 feet per second. So like based off of how I'm terming it, where it's like you move for about 3 seconds, and that would be about like probably in the range of like 165. So like it would be about 150 that I would do for like an even bit. Yeah, because like I could do 4.5. No, I don't want to do 4.5. The whole reason about 4 is the fact that like then it's at an even number, right? Because like you really don't want to have it be like uneven squares, basically. Like 0.5 would work with with like 30, but that doesn't mean that you're always gonna have 30 speed. And it might be that at some point you have like 25 speed, or like yeah, it might be that you have 25 speed. It might be that you have like 40 other things. Like yes, I know, like it's not likely to be under, but like they can in theory raise the speed to like 45. I've seen it be raised to about like 50 speed, I think. I think it was 50 speed. So like I know it's possible. Mainly with Monk. Monk's mainly the one that kind of like gets bonus movement. Uh, and so like with 45, it definitely makes it a lot harder to do like the 4.5, but like 4 should still be fine. Basically. Um huh. So how do I want to deal with the proficiency one? Because like I don't want to necessarily say that it's based off the proficiency bonus. So the the major issue that I'm running into with this is just kind of like the different ways about how like the game works and how D&D works. Because to be fair, the major reason about why I want to talk about this and about why I felt this would be like an interesting topic is kind of a showcase about like why as like new DMs you don't want to do things like this. Like I this is incredibly complicated to do. Like as you can tell, like I'm struggling. I've been DM for years, so I've consistently added things to my games. Some worked well, some worked like just not at all. Some things I've remembered well, some things I've not remembered well, but like yeah, it is what it is basically. So, uh, the important thing is about like how how best would this transfer? Cause like yeah, yeah, I guess they do run out of stamina at a certain point. Um, so do I might I might leave this to where it's con. So well the if you did max con it would be about 30. Um so that would be like high training and stuff like yeah, actually I like that. Uh so yeah, you can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier multiplied by con constitution. I should spell out constitution. And min multiplier of 1. And like I don't want I don't want it to be like oh you have a negative modifier. Well, okay, you don't have don't have like any use of the ability. Like I don't want to do that. I want it to be like the lowest that they have is 2 uses of it. Like 2 uses is kind of like a little bit more on a like sprinter type thing. So yeah. Because like in theory, like somebody using like like in theory somebody should be able to use this and effectively like complete a race in about like the time it would take. So yeah. It is what it is. Do I want to do Uma Dash basically? Yeah, so yeah, I'm fine with that. Uma Dash. But I'm just gonna use that name as a thing. So as a bonus action, you can take the dash action to move at your normal speed. And you can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So from what my understanding of the rules as written with this is as when I write, you can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. It means usually like per long rest. I mean, actually, uh, I should specify like per long rest, but like, uh, 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 yeah, I'll specify the other one. Is like on long rest. Like, technically, like you should always assume that you get everything back on long rest. But to be fair, I can also understand that rules is written like with a DM that is like more trying to screw you over with your homebrew and stuff. That's like, yeah, you like just never get it back, basically. So like, once you use it, like you just don't get it. If you get increase your proficiency bonus, then you can use it again and like one more time. Like, yeah, it's a non-ethical DM thing to do, but like if you're bringing this homebrew thing to a table that is not mine, like the DM does have right to like change it at all, and also like to just straight up deny it as well. Uh, like I tried to make it to where like it's as least game breaking as possible, basically. But like, yeah, really the a major thing that's gonna like probably annoy such piss off your DM is the umatastic thing, basically. Like just casually being like, hey, yeah, by the way, let me just run through this dungeon deck real quickly. Uh, and oh, hey, by the way, run away! As like nothing can like harm you, as like I can really just not get you in a chase, can I? It's like, nope, you cannot. It's like, frick. Because I do know that some DMs do like doing chases, or at least they probably exist out there. I haven't met one, and I haven't met one that's like super into doing like chase scenes and stuff, but that is probably like there. There. So how do I want? How do I want it to be like changed? How do I want it changed? Changed. So obviously I can. Actually, how do I want the racing done? Because like I'm fine with the Uma race. Like that's perfectly fine. Major issue is coming up with effectively the yeah, like mainly just like coming up with how do I yeah, like how do I go and get the racing to translate, basically? Because it's like as I mentioned with the Uma Musume thing, like each Uma basically like has three stats basically. So like they have speed, which is something that we have as a different stat entirely. They have stamina, so fair enough. They have power, they have guts, and then they have wit. So wit is kind of like a combination of intelligence and wisdom. So I'm gonna write that down. So it's int plus wiz is actually, so there's speed. Speed is still speed, basically. Stamina is something. Power is something. And guts is something. So, for the most part, they don't need to worry about, like, how charismatic are they. Right? So I do say that it's fine to say that they don't have any like charisma, basically. So yeah. What would be Guts would be probably like con. Um so that would be there. That would power would be strength. Would would stamina also be con? Actually, power is also to move out of the way. So like to a certain extent, power is also dex. Hmm. I don't like this idea as well. Cause like this doesn't feel right as well. Like it's one of those things where it's like this is what I know for like this is what I would know and also assume is for the Umazing thing. Right? Like speed is obviously speed, it's whatever. Stamina being con is it's a choice. I don't know what stat would fit it better though, is the issue. Power being strength to push them out of the way, and also to kind of like just be not in the way. Like that makes sense to me. Guts being con is definitely making sense to me because con is kind of the willpower, I guess. Maybe wisdom. Maybe that. But like I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, wit being intelligence and wisdom. I can see it being just intelligence. I can see it being the combination of the two. Like this is why I said like I just like the thing that makes it interesting to plot is how do you get these stats to translate well from a Uma into D&D? Because if you're wanting to run it as like a D&D thing, yes, you have to have a way to manage it, basically. So, yeah. Where's performance? Charisma. Okay. Okay. So race time. So 1d20 performance. So I'm fine with it being a performance check because nothing else would boost it. So it's not like you're adding it multiple times. I don't know. So yeah, like I don't want it to be just a performance roll for reference. Speed in theory is gonna be like the same, which is also kind of an issue about the system too. Considering the fact that, like, well, how are you doing it? Like enough speed train to where the your speed like actually does go up one more. Like I don't know, like because like it. One of the things that also does make this even more challenging is Umas are all built the same or biologically all the same, effectively. At birth. At birth, they're all the same, effectively. So, yeah. Like, there's that. But at the same time, there are some that are just faster, basically. So, yeah. It is what it is, basically. Um, 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 um. So, do I want to have it be like? Do I want to add con or something? I could. Actually, I'm going to forgo the race time thing. So I should do parts. So, start line. Start line is performance plus another yeah, plus initiative. I kind of like the idea of that. So basically what I kind of feel like doing is doing a total based thing. So like the start line is kind of just going to be based off the performance roll and then also like the initiative. So like typically with the Umazing, you're going to want to do like tons of different things. So you're going to be wanting to do like you're going to obviously want to have con on basically. That's going to be like a high thing to do. But you're also going to be wanting to have like charisma basically. Nah, actually, I'm not sure about whether performance would be a good tracker for this. Because, like, where would it be? Like, you would kind of have to have, like, performance be changed at this point. Right? Because, like, the major issue with it, the actual major issue, is the fact that it's not really a like Umas are not charisma based at all. Like the Umad idols, like okay, yeah, sure, those are some of the more charismatic people. Like sure, we're going with that. But like, so I'm probably gonna place it in parentheses. What would be another applicable thing? Let's say place it under wisdom. Because like, as you go and become wiser with like the races and stuff, it makes sense as you grow wiser that it's like, okay, so what you doing now? Oh, you're literally like tracking this to do like you're really tracking it to be like you're pinpointing it to be like releasing now basically. Um like it's kind of like the F1 starting grid, right? To where like you see the red light and then it's like the most experienced and the wisest ones know how to set up their car uh, and are a little bit better indicated about like when the lights might go out basically. Hey, and so like they would hopefully not jump to start but still be like very very well set off to go for the next position. Uh, like for those that know F1, Fernando Alonso is like a good person for that. Max Verstappen, another like amazing one. Uh, Anybody else come to mind? No, not really. It's mainly those two that like you'll see them like royally jump, like you royally do good on the starting line. So like, yeah. Um, Last spurt. Uh, so main track. So the last spurt I will go and say is speed times guts, basically. Yeah, no, that's fine for me. I'm fine with that. So, that's those would be kind of like the combination of those. So this is a little bit more simplistic of a thing. Do note this. Do note this. But that is also by design. That is by design is to be simple. The reason why I wanted to be simple by design is if people if people are caring about it, right? Then it's like, okay, sure, you can have it be like a little bit more varied by like okay, so these are a little bit more stamina based, so like they're gonna be able to use like Umatastic a little bit more, or maybe their speed is a little bit less and stuff like that, like a little bit more like actually in the game, but like in general, like no, it's just this. It's basically if you're also doing like a Uma Musume campaign, I would say that like you might want to recommend you might want to go and have it be that they can actually increase their speed over the base guys. So like yeah, so like more than just monk effectively. How do I want the main track to be? Um, so if I divide it by like the con, or yeah, if I divide by the stamina, then it's like uh by doing that it will punish those that have high con, basically. I mean, yes, it kind of gets back to them on the final spurt, but I don't want to punish people arbitrarily. So high. Um, um, um. Yeah. So main track. Actually, I guess I'll go for passability. So this I would say is more speed times power, basically. So like the higher your speed the higher your power, the more likely you are to be able to like push out of the way. Uh, like uh um so main track. So let's say divide by distance. Uh and so like there's that. Um Actually probably do uh yeah, probably do this, like a wisdom performance check. Because I have to do that as usual. So what else do I want to add to this? Because I don't want to be just the wisdom check. Actually, should probably have it be like in longer parentheses though. So probably add in speed. No. Actually, yeah, don't add. No, actually, I will do speed times power. Because to be fair, if you don't have the speed, you don't really have the yeah, like if your speed's not like a bit higher, you're probably going to be like staying behind them or just staying there as you're trying to pass. So it's not really going to be like aiming your passability thing. I think that's kind of it. Um Distance. Yeah, probably divide distance by 3. Yeah. And then subtract stamina from it. And I'd say that, basically. That might be a good way to use stamina. And I probably will go and add in wit to the start line. I should probably do wit to the main track as well. So yeah, like sure, this is gonna make it be rogue. So it'd be +2. Okay. So 3. Does he have? Yes, he has +4 performance. So it also be +4. Then what would be is it? -2. Okay. So start line is about 5. Wow, he's really not rolled well. 2 plus 25. Well, minus 2. Oh, this would be divided by like let's say probably 40. Well, in this case it would be 40 minus 2. Oh, speed times guts, so it would be about like 25 times 1 up, so just 25. Okay. And then speed and passability is 25 times cool 1, so 25. That's same. So wait, it's just 25 divided by 38. I would assume that they normally would roll better, for reference. Or like if they don't roll better, then like, well, hi. Like, I would assume at that point then that like stamina is probably like going to royally like increase it. Actually, which is more of a show of willpower, con save or regular con? Because I can see both being ways. Con saves would usually be higher than con, or at least they can be higher than con. So it could be advantageous to pick certain things that give you boost to con of that in a Umazing thing. Actually, to resist charms and stuff, you actually use wisdom. Do I don't know. Maybe I revisit this. Yes, basically. Like, I do have the idea to talk to like a different DM and like I pick their brain with like certain things. Even Musume D&D, I might go and pick their brain on as well with it. Cause like it's getting late, and like yeah, I am kind of wanting to rest. There's a lot of empty space down below. I don't know, but like yeah. Well, that's the sign that I should definitely be done. Cause for reference, this is what I've been seeing all day. Like if this is fully a processor issue, I don't know. But like, yeah, it's either that at like my OS is having tons and tons of issues. The alternative way is the alternative is that's not actually my like it's not my processor and it's just the Windows basically. So I reinstall Windows and yeah, it's fixed. I don't think so, but we'll see. Ultimately that's we'll do it for this time. Hopefully you all enjoyed seeing Umazing D&D. Definitely was interesting. don't know if I'm ever going to be running a campaign for that. We'll see, I guess. Like, like it's definitely one of those things where it's like it might be good in theory, but like I don't know about the execution right now. I honestly do not know about execution. Execution's probably gonna be horrible right now. Cause like for those that don't know, unless you're unless you're into it, like things like this can actually be like very disruptive, and they can kill a campaign. They actually can. So yeah. It is what it is, though. That's a story for another time. Um, but yeah. Uh, I I do hope to see like everyone at some point. I do upload a lot of things at about like 11 a.m. Eastern or 8 a.m. Pacific. The podcast is no exception, and I'll do these usually every Saturday. I would try to upload a nothing else to podcast each week. Whether I upload another thing, who knows, really. But it is what it is. So yeah. If you want to hear me yap about like anything in particular, like